So, hello everyone, welcome to the Target Academy. And today is the first session for the mock interview training for three students out here. We have Naval, Puspangi, and Jishan. And let's move straight into the interview part and let's start the training. Okay. So, hello Naval, Puspangi, and Jishan coming on board for the interview training. Very good evening for all of you.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening.
So, let's start with Puspangi. Kindly introduce about yourself. Kindly introduce yourself, Puspangi, please.
Good evening, sir. I'm Pushpangi Bodloy. I have done both my BTech and MTech in Mechanical Engineering from Dibrugarh University Institute of Engineering and Technology,
Okay.
and I'm from Duliajan, Assam.
All right. Nice. What about you, Naval? Kindly introduce yourself.
Sir, am I visible?
Yeah, you're not visible as of now, but I think your camera is not working. But still, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Naval Kishore Yadav. I am from Hajipur, Bihar. So, I have completed my Bachelor's of Technology in from West Bengal University of Technology, and completed my 10th and 12th from Kendra Vidyalaya, Misamari. And talking about my job and experiences, I've worked in two companies. Like first one was Blanco Thornton in Noida, and second one is Vanzu, an ed tech company in Bangalore. Basically, my job role was in backend team as a management trainee. I used to schedule a meeting and close it during the day only. And after that, talking about my projects, I have completed many projects in my academics like Gatividhi. It is a speed multiplier cycle with dynamo integrated system. And secondly, I have worked in MATLAB also, MATLAB 2014A. I have designed various signal graphs. And thirdly, I have worked in AutoCAD also. So I have designed various engine blocks. And
Oh,
also I have worked in IT sector. I have completed a project in IT sector like bus booking portal using MySQL and DBMS. And talking about my hobbies, I love to read books, especially sci-fi, technical books, and watch sci-fi movies. And secondly, talking about my aim, aim. What I love to do is, yeah, that's all.
okay. So, yeah, right. And Jishan, can I hear it from you? Kindly introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. I am Jishan Ansari from Assam Engineering College. Right now, I am in first semester and pursuing BTech.
First
That's
semester.
only
Okay. No
fifth
problem.
semester.
Fifth semester. So, you are in the third year right now, right? So, moving into the questions part of the interview, like after having your formal introduction from all three of you, I would like to ask Puspangi, where was the internship where have you completed your internship in your BTech?
Sir, I have done internships in three places. First, I did in NEPCO, which is like in Bokoloni, Duliajan.
Okay.
Then I have done it in IOCL Digboy, which was during my fourth semester.
Okay.
And then finally, I have done my final internship from All India Limited Duliajan in my sixth semester.
All right. So, Naval, how is your internship experience? Where you have done your internship from?
Sir, I have basically worked in a local engineering works sector,
Okay.
like various CNC manufacturing or
Okay.
CNC programming was going on. Yeah.
Okay. Right. And Jishan, what about your internship part? You must have completed internship after your second year completion of second year, right?
No,
So,
sir. We have completed only social internship and academic internship. Rest
academic.
is not.
So, academic you must have done in NPTL, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Puspangi, starting with you, uh, since you have done your internship in All India Limited, what do you know about All India Limited? What does the
So
organization do?
All India Limited is a Mahatma company,
Okay.
and it is basically a very huge company, and its headquarters are in Duliajan,
Mm-hmm.
and it is also spread across various parts of India.
All right. So basically, All India Limited, what I wanted to ask was, see, I'll tell you one thing, just a break from the interview. Whenever something is asked you about the organization, so basically you need to answer about their modus operandi. What do they do? Basically, what do they deal in? What are their businesses? What are the core values of the company regarding their work ethics or whatever they are involved in? So whenever we ask about organization like All India Limited, I am asking you to describe about All India Limited. So you have mentioned about a Maharatna company, and what does headquarters in Duliajan, and then you tell me about what what do you know about Oil India Limited and what does it do. ये आपको बताना है उस्मान जी. Getting a point. So do you have any idea regarding what Oil India Limited does?
Sir, actually, first, it consists of pipeline transportation as well as drilling in some parts. And actually,
Or
my training was in directional drilling department.
National Living Department.
Yes, sir. Then there is also the field engineering department as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, sir. I'm
So,
yet to research more on
okay.
this, sir.
So I'll answer you on this. So Oil India Limited is a oil exploration company. This is the first thing. Okay, Oil India Limited and ONGC. These are the two Maharatna companies under central government that operate for oil exploration. So what they do is they find oil reserves in different parts of the country. They set up the drilling rig, and by using the drilling rig and the pump, they pump out the crude oil basically. So their work is limited only to exploration of the crude oil. Am I clear? ONGC too. So
Yes.
any idea from, since you guys are from Assam, Jishan, do you have any idea regarding what Oil India Limited, who are the customers of Oil India Limited, Jishan?
No, sir.
No idea. And Naval, do you have any idea about this PSU, Oil India Limited, since you are from Assam too? You have studied in Assam for almost period of time. So, do you have any idea about who are the business partners or who are the stakeholders of Oil India Limited? Anyone? चलो जैसे कि what I'm trying to ask is, like, you guys will be having All India interview, or there might be some PSCs where you would be aiming to work for, and All India Limited is one such organization where many of the students from Assam, they aim to work in All India Limited or oil companies basically. So All India Limited is a oil exploration company. This company deals in, this company basically explores oil reserves, set up a drilling rig, pumps out the crude oil, and they transport it. Pipelining and transportation of the crude oil is done, but they are transporting the crude oil to whom? They are transporting it to refineries. So Oil India Limited will always send their crude oil to refineries like IOCL, NRL, BCPL, who the refineries which will use the crude oil to refine that particular oil, and from fractional distillation they will produce gasoline, aircraft gasoline, or petroleum, and then diesel and heavy oils, glycerin, petroleum jellies, and everything. So this is what Oil India Limited does basically, and the same thing goes for ONGC too. ONGC has larger operations basically across India, so they also go for onshore and offshore both basically. So yeah, Jishan, coming back to you, since you are in third year right now in your fifth semester, what are the subjects that you have covered so far?
Sir, till now I have covered heat transfer and machine design and
Okay.
applied thermodynamics.
I'm not talking
And
about the third year part.
started-
Before that, in that last 2 years.
Oh, it's basic thermodynamics in third semester.
Okay.
And in fourth semester, I have completed.
Fourth semester, you have completed material science and theory of machines.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, you must have covered basic thermodynamics, theory of machines, material science, and mechanics of materials.
SOM and FM.
Yes, good. SOM and FM, true. So, asking you a question from basic thermodynamics. Basically, so what do you understand by a thermodynamic system, Jishan?
Sir, a thermodynamic system is a process in which heat interaction takes place.
You have to be less, means what to say. I think like you are panicking a bit, Zishan, right? A bit.
Yes, sir, I'm a bit nervous.
Nervous. So don't be nervous. This is not the point where you will be getting a job right after this. No, just you have to be confident about this. Since the entire question, what I asked you, what is a thermodynamic system? The answer was wrong. Naval, coming back to you, what is a thermodynamic system? Naval?
Sir, we can say that it is a confined region of space,
Okay.
such as a substance of a device or a device,
Hmm.
where we do the entire study
Okay. The study of
of energy transfer
energy transfer.
interactions.
Yes. So, Pushpangi, for a closed system, uh, the energy interaction takes place between what? What do we study? Like in thermodynamics, we analyze a system basically, and system does its interaction with whom?
So it interacts with the space outside
That is known as
universe.
surroundings. Universe will be entirely
Surroundings.
system plus surroundings will be universe, and surroundings system interacts with surroundings in the form of two forms of energy that we analyze in thermodynamics, which is known as heat and work. Right. So, Naval, closed system work. Have you ever heard about the closed system work?
Yes, sir.
So, what is a closed system work basically? And can you mention it in, like, just a minute? Can you mention it in the differential form? What is a closed system work?
Yeah. So basically, sir, closed system work is also known as displacement work.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
because it is a confined boundary system, right? In which a piston cylinder is arranged, and yeah, and after that, it is theoretically defined as W is equals to integration of P into delta dV.
dV, right. So basically, PdV is what closed system work is, and also known as displacement work. Pushpangi, why is this closed system work known as displacement work?
So because actually the volume changes in this part.
And
we talk about the closed system.
Okay. So in closed system, you are talking about the change in volume. So the change in volume takes place because of, Jishan, can you answer this? Why closed system work is known as displacement work? Jishan, am I audible to you?
Sir, I'm a bit confused.
Okay. Closed system work, displacement work. See, I'll tell you one thing. Naval, you are right here, and you're starting your answer with closed system work, also known as displacement work. That is pretty good. And closed system work is also known as displacement work. If they ask you why is it known as displacement work, because in a closed system, one of the boundaries must be what? It must move for the work to be done. Okay, so there should be a displacement of the boundary, because of which there would be a change in volume of the entire system, and that is why we have dV. All right. Okay, Pushpangi, what is your what can I ask you questions from thermodynamics? Can I continue it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what do you understand by point function and path function, Pushpangi?
So in a point function, actually, the state of the system is defined by the starting and the ending points. And in the path function, actually, the path of the process is taken into
consideration. Yeah. So partially correct answer, but point function and path function. Jishan, can I hear it from you? What is difference between point function and path function?
So point function is path independent. And
Very
path
good.
function path dependent.
So
It's also known as exact function.
exact point function is also known as
exact function.
It's known as exact differential, and path function is an inexact differential.
Inexact differential.
Pushpangi, so when you define the difference between point function and path function, you would say like point function and path functions both are related to the system under analysis in thermodynamics, and point functions are those functions which are path independent and does not change its value no matter whatever the path is chosen by the system to change its state from state 1 to state 2. And path functions are those which are path dependent. Right? Point functions are those which are exact differentials. Exact differentials means the difference between 2 points in a state is the same. It's the same throughout. Like v1 minus v2 will be same for any path you take. And in case of path function, no matter if you change the path, the entire value of that particular parameter changes. Example is heat and work. Right? Naval, am I right in this regard?
Yes.
Okay, Naval, coming back to you, I will ask you a question. So closed system work, as you said, is a displacement work, and just a minute, I'll put on the laptop to charge. And you said it is given by, in differential form, it is given as PdV, right? And what open system? Now we talk about the open system. What do you mean by open system, Naval? First,
Sir, open system. Firstly, open system doesn't confined with the boundary. It is
okay,
an openly interaction of system plus surrounding. Like
okay,
so, if we talk about the mathematical formula, work is equals to the flow work. Like
okay. So I'm getting the
minus
point.
Vt.
Yeah, I'm getting that. You're a bit not clear about this. See, you might be clear about this particular concept, but when we talk about open system is that system which interacts with the surroundings in the form of both mass and energy. Naval, this should be the answer first, right? In case of closed system, there is no flow. And in case of open system, there is a flow related to the flow between the system and surroundings. So mass flow is associated with the open system. All right. So when we talk about closed system, the work is given as displacement work, which is given as PdV. Differential form of work is PdV. Whereas in case of open system, it is given as minus VdP. Why is it called minus VdP, Jishan? Jishan, any idea? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Well, don't be nervous about the fact that you are not able to grasp the concept or talk freely about it. This is the first time, right? This is the first interview you are officially attending or being present in one of the interviews. I like the confidence that you wanted to sit in the first session only, and that is good. But from every interview, you guys will learn something. It's not that you will become a perfectionist in the first interview itself, first session itself. Am I clear to all of you? All three of you? Jishan?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So do not think that you will be a perfectionist in answering all of the questions right from the start. You will have to take notes or take the learnings from each of the sessions regarding what sir has asked, what I was not able to answer, what I was able to answer but was not onto the point, where are the points where I have been corrected by sir, and where I do need to work upon. See, solving a questions from the previous year's paper, solving a questions from any book is okay, fine, it's good. Conceptual understanding and applying the concept in solving the numericals, quite good, fine. Written will be clear. But when it comes down to explaining something to someone else who is asking you a question regarding the topic, you need to have a better what? You need to have a better proper practice regarding saying things. Alright, जैसे कि open system work is minus VdP. I'll explain you what. So closed system work is a displacement work. There should be a movement of the boundary. There should be a displacement one of the boundaries of the system, and hence the work will be done by the system on the surroundings or the system or by the surroundings on the system, depending upon where it is expansion or compression. So in closed system, there is definitely a displacement of boundary. But in open system, there is no such thing called displaceable boundary. The boundary does not displace. In case of open system, you know what is it called? Can anyone tell me what is this? As in case of closed system, we say system boundary. But in case of open system, what do we say? Anyone?
The control volume.
Very good, Jishan. Very good. It is known as control volume. So just a minute. Can you see the screen, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. I don't know why it's lagging. So when we talk about open system, so open system is, suppose for example, can you give me an example of open system that we have?
Sir, gas turbine.
Turbines. Yeah, turbine is one such example of what? Is an example of open system. So turbine is denoted diagrammatically in cycles that we study by this. ऐसे हम लोग denote करते हैं. So turbine क्या होता है? It is mounted on a shaft and around this particular control volume, around this turbine, which I am denoting by this diagram, there is something called imaginary boundary that we draw is known as control volume. So whatever analysis has to be done is between this particular control volume and the surroundings. The control volume helps us in establishing, or it is used to fix a region in the space where our analysis is concerned, like how much amount of heat loss might be taking place, or how much amount of work might be done, rate of work done by the turbine, and how much amount of mass flow is taking place, mass flow rate in and mass flow rate out. So mass and energy is like we are talking about this. So at any point the turbines volume is constant. So in that case, work of control volume we write as CV, and we mention it as VDP minus VDP. Am I clear, all of you? Okay, from state 1 to state 2, like from inlet to exit, how much amount of work is done by this control volume, and is given as minus VDP. So I'll explain one more thing. एक और क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है जनरली कि पीडीवी का जो डायग्राम बनता है, पीडीवी का जो प्लॉट बनेगा, पीवी, तो स्टेट 1 से स्टेट 2 जा रहे हैं ऐसे करके 1 to 2. So it will be the area of this particular process 1 to 2 for the system will be taken with respect to the v axis, and this particular area will be the work done in closed system, and this will be equal to pdv integration from 1 to 2. Whereas in case of open system, ये भी क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है गाइस, हाँ इसरो में पूछा भी था कि अगर हम लोग 1 से लेकर 2 तक एक्सपेंशन में जाते हैं गाइस, 1 से लेकर 2 तक ऐसे, ठीक है, एक्सपेंशन हुआ, तो इसका जो ओपन सिस्टम में जो आएगा उसका एरिया हम लोग इस एरिया से देंगे, and that is given as work of control volume and minus VDP 1 to 2. Am I clear, all of you? All of you in this class?
Yes, sir.
Getting a point? ठीक है. So यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने ये चीज के बारे में पढ़ा. चलो ठीक है, एक काम करते हैं. Now let us talk about, थोड़ा सा आपको यहाँ पे समझ में आ गया होगा कि ओपन सिस्टम क्लोज सिस्टम के बारे में, ठीक है. अब थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल्स के पॉइंट पे जाते हैं हम लोग. थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल्स. हाउ गुड इज योर कंसेप्ट विद स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल, ऑल ऑफ यू? नवल, पुष्पांगी, जिशान.
Moderate.
पुष्पांगी, व्हाट अबाउट यू?
Sir, moderate.
ओके, सो चलो पूछते हैं आप लोगों से कुछ क्वेश्चंस. व्हाई डू वी स्टडी स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल्स? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? जिसको आता होगा रेज हैंड कर सकता है प्लीज, आराम से. व्हाई डू वी स्टडी स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल? व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ स्टडी? यस पुष्पांगी, टेल मी.
Sir, to determine the loads on various beams and structures.
ओके, चलो ठीक है. नवल, टेल मी.
Sir, according to me, sir, we study SOM because we understand how a body behave in different loads
अच्छा,
and force like this.
okay. So Jishan, any idea about this? Why do we need to study strength of material? I'm waiting for a perfect answer.
Sir, we get to know how much stress is applied on an object and
Right.
how much it is deformed.
Alright. So strength of material, देखो आप लोग को मैं बताता हूँ, थोड़ा सा समझना कैसे बोला जाता है और कैसे पकड़ा जाता है कुछ क्वेश्चन को, और आंसर कैसे स्टार्ट किया जाएगा. देखो आप लोग, मैंने आपसे पूछा पुष्पांगी, you started with beams and everything, right? है ना? So strength of material The strength of material is basically the study of the strength only of the materials that we can use it in structures. First of all, are you getting a point, all of you? So we study strength of materials in an with an aim and objective to know exactly where the material would fail and how much amount of load a particular body can sustain or can support without failure. Getting a point, all of you? समझ में आया सब किसी को?
Yes.
नवल समझ में आया? तो
Yes.
फेलियर से बचाने के लिए we study in order to prevent the body from failure while it is supporting a load. Okay, so when we subject a body with a certain external load, that particular body induces certain amount of stress within it, and if that stress exceeds a certain limit or the failure limit, the body fails. All right. So in order to prevent any kind of body, any kind of a structural member from failure, we need to understand or analyze the strength of material topic. Fine. First thing. Second thing, uh, for two materials are given, material 1 and material 2. Okay. And from stress strain diagram, if we draw a stress strain diagram for material 1 and material 2. Okay. So from the given diagram only, can you tell me, all of you, which material will be stronger?
Yes, sir.
कैसे? Naval, how would you tell?
So first we'll see the ultimate strength of the material.
All right,
Secondly, the fracture point.
all right. So ultimate strength basically ultimate strength से देखोगे और fracture point से देखोगे. मैं बोलूँगा कि ये आंसर गलत हुआ नवल. Anyone? पुष्पांगी जिशान?
Sir, the one having more slope will have more strength.
Yeah. More slope of what?
The more slope of the curve,
Curve.
within elastic proportional limit.
Yeah, very good. Pushpangi, was this your answer or something else?
Sir, it was similar almost. That will see the rate of strain as well, the deformation.
Deformation. So basically, Naval, since you answered it a bit wrong, ठीक है? देखो, नवल आपको मैं समझाता हूँ. Ultimate point, ultimate stress पहुंचना अलग अलग बॉडी के लिए अलग अलग लोड पे कोई एक मटेरियल का क्रॉस सेक्शन कम होगा तो वो अल्टीमेट पॉइंट जल्दी पहुंच जाएगा, समझ रहे हो? और कोई फेलियर पॉइंट जल्दी हो सकता है बेसिकली. So when we talk about strength of a material, so the first and foremost thing that we need to understand is the strength is depicted by Young's modulus. Is it right, all of you?
Yes.
No? So Young's modulus is a marker for the strength of the body, how the body will behave, how much amount of deformation it will allow, and how much amount of load, initial load, upon initial loading, the material will have certain amount of stress, and for that particular stress, how much amount of deformation a body is having, linear deformation, suppose extension, compression, whatever it is. Okay. So within proportionality limits, Jishan, as you said, within proportionality limits. So within proportionality limits, Hooke's law is valid, right? All of you? Are you agreeing with me? So Hooke's law valid होता है. So Hooke's law, according to Hooke's law, within proportionality limits, stress is directly proportional to strain. So when you remove the proportionality sign, we get some constant which is known as Young's modulus. So when we talk about Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. It's like y by x. So y by x यानी कि perpendicular by base. तो अगर आप इनिशियल डायग्राम देखोगे प्रोपोर्शनलिटी लिमिट में, जिसका स्लोप ज्यादा होगा, जिसका y वैल्यू ज्यादा होगा, x वैल्यू कम होगा, यानी कि जिसका स्ट्रेन कम होगा और स्ट्रेस ज्यादा होगा, so उसका स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा होगा. Am I clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So from this,
Yes.
from the stress strain curve, we will see which body or which diagram, which of the material has a diagram having larger slope for within the proportional limit. Within the proportional limit, if the slope of the material 2 is more than that of the material 1, we will say that the material 2 is stronger than material 1. Fine. पहला बात. अब आता है यहाँ पे एक डिफरेंस पूछना है मुझे. Jishan, I'll ask you, what is the difference between load and force? What is the difference between load and force, Jishan? Since both of them have only the same unit as Newton, then why we mention it load and force?
Sir, I knew it, but I forgot.
Okay. Pushpangi, any idea what is the difference between load and force?
Sir, load is mostly used in strength of materials, whereas force is used in thermodynamics, engineering materials.
इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स और थ्योरी ऑफ मशीन. चलो आप सब्जेक्ट का नाम बता दिया मेरे को. नवल आपसे पूछता हूँ फिर. What is the difference between load and force?
So basically, force is something that causes acceleration or deformation or changing motion.
Right.
And load is something that is applied. It actually refers to force only, but applied to a structure or a component or system.
ठीक है. मैं आपको एक अच्छा आंसर दूं, all of you, सीखने के लिए. हाँ, this is something for learning, okay? Because these are the basic questions that is asked by various organizations across. Huh? So load is a kind of a force only, but it does not means it is not intended to change the inertia of the body. Load is always supported. Getting a point, all of you? Load को हमेशा support किया जाता है. Load is not meant to change the inertia of the entire structure, whereas force analysis that we do, try to understand, whenever we analyze force which causes or intends to change the inertia of a body. चाहे वो linear motion करा दे, velocity हो जाए, change in velocity हो जाए, acceleration हो जाए, या फिर rotation करा दे, torque का generation हो जाए. So force is dynamic in nature. Getting a point, all of you? सब समझ में आ रहा है? Force is dynamic in nature. Load is static in nature. First thing. Load is supported by the structure, whereas force is intended to change the inertia of the body. Load does not change the inertia of the body. Fine. Okay. And load is not meant for generating power, whereas force is meant to have generating power. So this is the difference between load and force. Now one more thing. Whenever we talk about load and force, so load is applied to a body which is deformable, and force is applied to a body which is non-deformable. While we do the analysis, आप देखना. हाँ, strength of material में जब भी हम लोग load के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, तो we talk about a load of 9 kilonewton applied to a beam at these points along with a UDL, uniformly distributed load. This deforms it. There is a deflection in the beam. There is a change in the length of the. There is a change in the what to say, length of the cross sections. So not the cross sections, length of the layers of the beam, or there is a certain amount of compression and tension going on in the different layers of the beam. So depending upon the kind of bending it has. Fine. So load will always cause what? It will always cause deformation, and load is meant to study in deformable bodies. So that is why strength of material is the study of deformable bodies, whereas the study of engineering mechanics and theory of machines, where we analyze force, we do not talk about deformation. We do not talk about strain out there. We talk about strain and strength of material. So load is studied for deformable bodies and force is applied for non-deformable bodies. Am I clear, all of you? Non-deformable bodies का एक और नाम है, non-deformable bodies का एक और नाम होता है जिसको बोलते हैं rigid bodies. Does not deform under application of force. Right? And that is why force transmission जब हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल इन थ्योरी ऑफ मशीन्स हम लोग जब पढ़ेंगे कि क्रैंक से कनेक्टिंग रॉड में कितना जा रहा है, कितना फोर्स ट्रांसमिशन हो रहा है, बैलेंसिंग के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. सो वी टॉक अबाउट द फोर्स and the force transmitted while the motion is being converted from rotational motion to translational motion. Right? Now coming back to strength of material, deformable bodies के बारे में पूछ लिया मैंने, चलो load and force के बारे में पूछ लिया. Now Pushpangi, what do you understand about, what do you mean by area moment of inertia?
Sir, I'm not aware of it, but
you can try, no problem. Tell me.
So the moment of inertia of a body.
Area moment of inertia. Area moment of inertia.
Yes, sir.
So area moment of
So the
inertia,
moment of inertia of a body related to its area or something. I'm not
not sure.
sure
ठीक है.
of this one.
Dishan, can you tell me the answer of what is area moment of inertia? Yeah, first tell me about what is inertia then. Naval, what is inertia?
So it is something P is equals to mv.
Huh? A is equal to?
So in P equals to mv.
P is equal to mv. Momentum.
Yeah, moment, change of momentum.
Change of momentum. How does like inertia, basically when you talk about inertia, what is inertia? Anyone?
So the tendency of a body.
A tendency of a body?
So the
Pushpangi?
tendency of a body to stay in rest or in motion.
Very good. So it is inertia. Inertia is something which a body possesses which resists any change in its state. Getting a point, Jishan? तो अपने स्टेट में चेंज लाने में रेजिस्टेंस देता है. जैसे कि लीनियर मोशन अगर होता है, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट लीनियर मोशन, सो इन केस ऑफ लीनियर मोशन फोर्स इज अप्लाइड एंड फोर्स इज चेंजिंग द स्टेट ऑफ द सिस्टम, स्टेट ऑफ द बॉडी फ्रॉम रेस्ट से मोशन में लाएगा, या मोशन है तो रेस्ट पे लेने का कोशिश करेगा, तभी भी फोर्स लगाना पड़ेगा. तो इन लीनियर मोशन द इनर्शिया इज मास. इन रोटेशनल मास को रोटेट कराना पड़ेगा, तो मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया. नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एरिया मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया. First of all, what is area moment of inertia and where do we apply it? Naval, any idea?
So basically we study area moment of inertia like in a 2D shape to see how shape is distributed among a common axis.
Okay, very good. And what does area moment of inertia does? Nishan, any idea? देखो एरिया बोलो ओके ओके. Area moment of inertia is the resistance offered by the area to undergo any amount of rotation about a certain axis. So it basically, Naval is first definition. Naval, it's right. It shows how the area or the material is distributed about a particular axis. ठीक है. तो मैंने एरिया मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया जब मैंने पढ़ाया था आप लोग को, तो मैंने आपको बताया था कि एरिया मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया इज द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड बाय द एरिया. सो इफ यू चेंज द ओरिएंटेशन, बेसिकली मैंने आपको बीम में भी पढ़ाया होगा, याद है ऑल ऑफ यू, कि बीम में अगर हम लोग रेक्टेंगुलर बीम लेते हैं तो एक तरफ से एरिया मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया BD³/12 होता है और दूसरा एक्सिस के अबाउट DB³/12 होता है. इफ यू अरेंज द बीम और चेंज द ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ द क्रॉस सेक्शन अबाउट द एक्सिस about which there would be certain amount of deformation या फिर certain amount of rotation, then वहां पे क्या हम लोग करते हैं. देखो मैं आपको समझा देता हूँ यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन, थोड़ा सा स्क्रीन शेयर करके आप लोग को समझा दूं, ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा. मैंने आपको बताया था, याद होगा आप लोग को, कि जब हम लोग ड्रॉ करते हैं ऐसे करते हैं. सो इफ दिस इज अ बीम, ठीक है, the width of the beam is given as B and depth is given as D. So if the bending is taking place about this axis, then the area moment of inertia I is equal to BD³/12. And if we change the orientation of the beam, and if I take about this axis now, so ये D हो गया, ये B हो गया. Now the I is equal to DB³/12. Now this beam will offer more resistance than this beam. Why? Its area moment of inertia is more in this case than this. So इसका रेजिस्टेंस ज्यादा होगा तो कम डिफॉर्मेशन होगा, इसका रेजिस्टेंस ज्यादा कम होगा तो डिफॉर्मेशन यानी कि डिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ द बीम विल बी मोर. So this beam will fail first. Getting a point, all of you? So area moment of inertia is basically the resistance offered by the orientation of the cross section which offers resistance to any kind of bending or rotation about a given axis. Naval, is it clear? Pushpangi and Jishan, is it clear?
Yes sir.
कोई डाउट है? नवल कोई डाउट है? ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे हम लोग का थोड़ा सा इससे बारे में पूछ लिया. हम लोग को इसमें पूछ रहे हैं, हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, we have learned about this strength of materials. थोड़ा सा idea यहाँ से भी ले लिया मैंने. अब एक question थोड़ा सा theory of machines. Naval, how is your theory of machines chapter?
सर लिंक एंड मैकेनिज्म तो
भूल ही गए. तो और चलो मैं एक कॉमन चीज से पूछता हूँ, फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स से पूछ लेता हूँ. फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स में व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन रियल फ्लूइड एंड आइडियल फ्लूइड? ऑल ऑफ यू कोई बता सकता है? हैंड रेज प्लीज. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन रियल फ्लूइड एंड आइडियल फ्लूइड?
सर
हाँ बोलो. नो नवल बोलो.
Sir, ideal fluid is hypothetical fluids in which we consider no viscosity.
Very good, very good.
It is like perfect incompressible
Okay.
fluid.
Okay.
While in a real fluid, it is like actual fluid where viscosity is there,
Okay.
whether it is low or high,
Very good.
and compressibility is also there.
Also there is also considerable, right? Fine, very nice. So real fluid will have viscosity. Ideal fluids will not have any viscosity. Real fluids will offer resistance to flow, and ideal fluids will not offer any kind of resistance. All right. So whenever there is a flow of fluid, so there are certain, when we talk about flow of fluid, in general sense we will be talking about real fluid only that we use. So real fluid जो होता है, what there are losses in real fluids, right? So what is the main reason for losses whenever there is a flow of fluid? Jishan, do you have any idea? We talked about flow through pipes also, right, Jishan, in the previous semester. So
Yes, sir.
so you must have come across the losses in pipes or the losses of flow. So what is the main reason of any kind of loss? Power loss, head loss, anything?
Sir, major loss.
Major loss and minor loss, right? I'm talking about the major loss. Why does major loss happen? Jishan, any idea?
So due to viscosity.
Yeah, very good. So viscosity is something called generally fluid friction होता है. तो fluid friction and Jishan, do not मैंने जब भी आप आंसर दोगे ना, so you do not give the answers in a short way, ठीक है? So you just have to practice कि when they have asked you and when you know the answer, then you say something like, sir, the viscosity, the major reason or the major losses because in a flow through pipes or a flow of fluid is because of its own viscosity. And viscosity, as in fluid friction, offers resistance to flow, so there would be a loss. Getting a point, Jason? ठीक है? छोटा आंसर आपको नहीं देना है इंटरव्यू में. यू जस्ट नॉट लाइक, छोटा आंसर को जनरली कैजुअल माना जाता है कि बहुत कैजुअल बन रहे हो, और छोटा आंसर में आप समझ रहे हो कि लाइक वो पूछ रहे हैं वन वर्ड में आंसर दे रहे हो. दैट्स नॉट द वे बेसिकली. ठीक है जशन? गेटिंग अ पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे फ्लूइड में भी मैं आप लोग को धीरे धीरे करके पूछना शुरू करूंगा एक एक करके. फ्लूइड में so what are the different, Pushpangi, what are the different properties of fluids that you have studied in fluid mechanics? Properties.
So specific weight,
Very good.
density,
Great.
surface tension,
Mm-hmm.
so specific gravity of the fluid.
Okay. And anything else? Compressibility.
Forgetting. Yes, sir.
Compressibility. So these are the few parameters or the properties that you have studied in fluid mechanics. All right. Naval, what is that law that governs pressure measurement in a fluid? There are two laws governing. Naval?
Sorry.
There are two laws in fluid mechanics that governs the pressure measurement. What is it?
Sir, hydrostatic law.
Very good. And Pascal's law, right?
Pascal's law, yeah.
So Pascal's law defines that the pressure at a certain point in a fluid is the same in all directions. And what is hydrostatic law then, Naval?
Sir, hydrostatic law states that how pressure in static fluid increase with depth as pressure exerted by weight on the fluid above the given or a free surface.
All right. So basically, when you state the law, you state exactly the law states. Basically, it's like hydrostatic law states that pressure, the pressure change in pressure is with respect to depth is directly proportional to या is equal to the specific weight of the liquid. काम खत्म. Well, getting a point? इसके देखो
Okay.
मैंने क्या है कि जब भी आप इंटरव्यू में बैठो ना तो आपका आंसर ऐसा होना चाहिए कि टू द पॉइंट स्टेटमेंट्स टू द पॉइंट जहां पे वो आपको और पकड़े नहीं समझ रहे हो जब मतलब आपको ऐसा कोई लूज एंड्स नहीं देना है जहां पे इंटरव्यूअर आपके साथ थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम कर पाए गेटिंग अ पॉइंट ऑल ऑफ यू आप अगर टू द पॉइंट आंसर देते हो ना तो उनको ये समझ में आता है कि ना दिस गाय इज लर्नड दिस गाय इज लाइक नॉलेजेबल एंड दैट गिव्स एन ऑरा टू द इंटरव्यूअर दैट ओके फाइन इसको हम लोग ज्यादा पकड़ नहीं सकते हैं ये आंसर टू द पॉइंट ही दे रहा है सो यू प्ले विद द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ द इंटरव्यूअर ऑल्सो ना साइकोलॉजी क्या कि अगर मुझे पता चल रहा है कि अगर मुझे इंटरव्यू ले रहा है मुझे पता चल रहा है कि नवल ने अच्छे आंसर दे रहे हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल तो मेरा ये माइंड में सेटअप होते जाएगा फंक्शन की तरह कि लाइक हाँ दिस गाय इज नोइंग थिंग्स तो इट्स फाइन इसको इंटरव्यू में ज्यादा ग्रिल मतलब पता ही है इसको समझ में आ रहा है तो ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी के हिसाब से ज्यादा आपको पकड़ा पकड़ी नहीं करेगा इधर मतलब आपको दे विल नॉट होल्ड ऑन टू ऑल ग्रास्प थिंग्स फॉर यू गाइस लाइक ये इसका क्या मतलब है तुम्हारा आंसर में ये जो तुमने बताया इसका क्या मतलब है तो अगर आप टू द पॉइंट आंसर देते हो it becomes easier for you and the interviewer both for the selection process. Getting a point, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Jishan, coming back to you, there are there are three types of pressure that we study in pressure measurement in fluid statics. What are the three types of pressure? No idea, Jishan?
Sir, hydrostatic pressure.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Second,
Yeah, Naval, can you tell? Yeah,
so it is absolute gauge and
Oh, yes,
negative,
sir.
like
yeah. Absolute pressure, gauge pressure, and vacuum pressure. Puspangi, what is gauge pressure?
Sir, I'm not sure about this.
Okay. So basically the revision must be done. From this interview I'm getting to know that कुछ loose ends है उसको पकड़ना पड़ेगा. Gauge pressure, Jisan, any idea what is gauge pressure?
The pressure below the atmospheric pressure.
Below? No.
Pressure above the atmospheric pressure, and the pressure below the atmospheric pressure is known as vacuum pressure.
Okay. So whenever you talk about gauge pressure, Jisan, I'm telling you, okay, आपका आंसर partially correct. तो आपको मैं यहाँ पे ऐसे पकड़ सकता हूँ कि सिर्फ above प्रेशर को ही गेज प्रेशर बोलेंगे क्या नीचे जो प्रेशर मेजरमेंट विद यानी कि अगर एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर के नीचे रहेगा तो उसको क्या हम लोग गेज प्रेशर नहीं बोलेंगे दैट इज ऑल्सो गेज प्रेशर ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड गेज प्रेशर व्हेन इज नेगेटिव below the atmospheric pressure is vacuum. It becomes vacuum. Basically, when I ask you about the gauge pressure, you say that gauge pressure is that pressure measured with respect to atmospheric pressure. Kaam khatam. Jishan, getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Pressure measured with respect to atmospheric pressure is known as gauge pressure. Okay? And when we talk about vacuum, so vacuum is the pressure which is below the atmospheric pressure. So basically क्या होगा और ठीक है तो बिलो द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर होगा तो या नेगेटिव गेज प्रेशर होगा तो वो वैक्यूम बोलते हैं उसको और एब्सोल्यूट प्रेशर वो होता है व्हेन इट इज मेजर्ड विद एब्सोल्यूट जीरो ठीक है विदाउट मैंने एब्सोल्यूट जीरो का मतलब क्या होगा कि जहां पे कोई प्रेशर एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता वहां से अगर कोई भी प्रेशर मेजर करते हैं तो विल हैव दिस यानी कि विल हैव एब्सोल्यूट प्रेशर एंड चलो यहाँ पे प्रेशर मेजरमेंट के बारे में बात हुआ यस नवल what is meta center? Why do we study meta center in fluid mechanics?
So, meta center is used to define a system, a body position of. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall.
Puspangi, any idea what is meta center in a fluid mechanics?
Sir, it is the point at which the lines of the center of buoyancy as well as another line coincides, and I'm not.
Okay, not very sure. Why do we study meta center? Jishan, tell me, why do we study meta center?
So here the body will have an oscillatory motion.
Okay, so then why we are studying? Like, why do we need to study about meta center then for an oscillatory body? देखो आप लोग ना क्रक्स को छोड़ रहे हो, मैंने बेसिकली यू आर नॉट गेटिंग, आप लोग क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो, मुझे पता है गेट का पीवाई के हिसाब से सॉल्व हो रहा है, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस आप लोग का थोड़ा थोड़ा क्या व्हाट आई एम एक्सपीरियंसिंग इज थोड़ा आप लोग को प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. तो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट मेटा सेंटर, तो मेटा सेंटर इज समथिंग, इज अ कंसेप्ट which is used to define the stability of floating bodies. काम खत्म, आंसर खत्म. समझ में आया ऑल ऑफ यू? क्या बोल रहा हूँ नवल?
Yes.
मेटा सेंटर का कंसेप्ट ओरिजिन होता कहाँ पे? It originates only when we talk about the stability of floating bodies, whether we are talking about the stable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium, or unstable equilibrium. So position of meta center defines whether the body will float or will stay in that particular position only, or it will overturn and become unstable, something like that. So meta center is a concept used in buoyancy and flotation in fluid statics, which defines when the body floats, whether it is in a stable, unstable, or neutral equilibrium, or we talk in general sense, it defines the stability of a floating body. काम खत्म, answer खत्म. Getting a point, all of you?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
कोई डाउट है किसी को यहाँ पे? किसी को कोई डाउट है? ऑल ऑफ यू? ठीक है, तो एक काम करते हैं हम लोग, जस्ट अ मिनट प्लीज. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे मैं आप लोगों को ज्यादा देर तक ये नहीं करूंगा. मुझे इतना पता चला है कि आप लोगों को अभी भी थोड़ा ज्यादा रिफाइनमेंट की जरूरत है. रिफाइनमेंट एज इन द कंसेप्ट, रिफाइनमेंट एज इन आंसरिंग क्वेश्चंस, रिफाइनमेंट एज इन knowing what things actually do in engineering. जब तक आप चीजों को कंसेप्चुअली नहीं पढ़ते हो अच्छे से, तब तक आप सिर्फ क्वेश्चन सॉल्विंग के ऊपर ध्यान रखोगे तो आपका इंटरव्यू खराब जाएगा. और अगर आप इंटरव्यू पॉइंट ऑफ बेसिस से अगर प्रिपरेशन करते हो एक छोटे छोटे चीजों को, तब आपका प्रिपरेशन सॉलिड होते जाएगा. क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व हो गए नो मैटर व्हाट. लाइक आई एम टीचिंग यू, आई एम गिविंग यू ऑल द कंसेप्ट्स. मैं आपको गेट का प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर सॉल्व करा रहा हूँ, एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करा रहा हूँ. थिंग्स आर प्रीटी मच क्लियर टू यू गाइस. But solving question doesn't mean all. It's not something we something is मतलब क्या बोलते हैं? It is not the end of things. Interview is something that is the next step. तो इंटरव्यू में अगर आप अपने आप को रिफाइन नहीं करते, if your answers are not refined, things will become ugly for you. Ugly means selection नहीं होगा. No matter how much good you score in the written examinations, answering questions are something specific and these are skill है ये, और ये स्किल काम आता है जैसे आप लोगों को. तो whenever you study topic, मैं आपको एक सजेशन देता हूँ यहाँ पे. जैसे कि हम लोग अभी क्या पढ़ रहे हैं, फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स पढ़ रहे हैं और हीट ट्रांसफर पढ़ रहे हैं ऑल ऑफ यू. सो हीट ट्रांसफर में हम लोग आपको कंडक्शन पढ़ा रहे हैं. तो कंडक्शन में अभी आपको मैंने थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी के बारे में पढ़ाया. तो आपको पता चल जाएगा धीरे धीरे करके कि क्वेश्चन जो होता है वो आपको छोटा छोटा क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. आपसे ये नहीं पूछेगा कि मेटा सेंटर का रिलेशन बताओ, आई बाई वी बार माइनस बी जी, समथिंग लाइक दैट. बी एम इज इक्वल टू आई बाई वी बार माइनस बी जी. ये बी जी क्या है, ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेगा. डेरिवेशन करने नहीं बोलेगा आपको, ठीक है. कोई रिलेशंस नहीं पूछेगा आपसे, बट आपसे छोटा छोटा टॉपिक के बारे में पूछ रहा है. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट? जैसे कि मैंने आपको मैकेनिक्स ऑफ मटेरियल्स के बारे में ये पूछा कि दो बॉडी का स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन डायग्राम है, उसको देख के, लोडिंग डायग्राम है, टेंसाइल टेस्ट डायग्राम है, उसको देख के आप कैसे बता सकते हो कौन सा मटेरियल स्ट्रॉन्ग है. तो आर यू गेटिंग अ पॉइंट ऑल ऑफ यू? नवल, पुष्पांगी,
Yes.
है ना. मैं आपसे बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स पूछ रहा हूँ इंजीनियरिंग का, जिसको लेके आप एक टॉपिक को स्टार्ट करते हो. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द डेप्थ, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ड्रॉ एंड शो मी कि लाइक क्या होगा ये न्यूट्रल इक्विलिब्रियम क्यों नहीं होगा, क्या इस सब के बारे में कुछ नहीं पूछा जा रहा है आपसे. What I'm trying to ask you and what interview will ask you is about your experience as an engineer or an aspirant in mechanical engineering. और आपने जो भी चीज पढ़ा है उसका बेसिक फंडामेंटल आइडियाज. आई डोंट वांट इन डेप्थ एनालिसिस. इन डेप्थ तो मुझे पता ही है कि आपका पास इन डेप्थ नॉलेज है अगर आपने कोई एग्जाम क्रैक करके आया तो. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट? अगर आपने एग्जाम क्रैक करके आए, आपको न्यूमेरिकल्स दिया, आपने न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व कर लिए, तो मुझे उसके वापस से रिटर्न एग्जाम कंडक्ट करा के कोई फायदा नहीं है. What I'm trying to see is, if you have passed out the written examination, whether your written examination, whether you as an aspirant is worth it for the organization we want you to work for. So if you're not compatible, if you're not knowledgeable in terms of transferring the knowledge to someone else, जैसे कि मैंने आपसे कुछ पूछा डाउट तो आपने मुझे बताया, आप नहीं बता पाए, तो मैं कैसे समझूंगा कि आपको ये नॉलेज के बारे में आता है. हो सकता है कि आपको न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करना बार बार रैगरस प्रैक्टिस से आ गया हो. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट ऑल ऑफ यू? समझ में आ रहा है? जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं मीटा सेंटर का क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछूंगा या न्यूमेरिकल्स दूंगा, तो सेम तरह का तो क्वेश्चन आ रहा है एवरी टाइम. जैसे कि कल मैंने आपको आइगन वैल्यूज आइगन फैक्टर्स पढ़ा है, तो आइगन वैल्यूज और आइगन फैक्टर्स के ऊपर जो क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, दैट इज द सेम. इट्स लाइक एवरी ईयर इट्स कमिंग एज इज लाइक द क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड आर सेम. क्या डिफरेंस है? कोई खास डिफरेंस नहीं है. कोई क्रिटिकल क्वेश्चंस होगा तो मैं करा दे रहा हूँ. तो कोई भी एस्पिरेंट होगा तो आइगन वैल्यूज और आइगन फैक्टर्स के उसके बारे में वो एक प्रेडिक्शन तो कर सकता है कि अच्छा 2x2 मैट्रिक्स होगा, आइगन वैल्यूज के बारे में पूछेगा. 2x2 मैट्रिक्स होगा, आइगन फैक्टर्स के बारे में पूछेगा. आइगन फैक्टर्स के बारे में पूछेगा तो ऑप्शंस देख के हम लोग आंसर निकाल लेंगे. That doesn't define whether the aspirant is suitable for the organization work or not. Getting a point, all of you? So you need to have refinement of the concepts whenever you study or do the revision. That is why I say Saturday and Sunday revision के लिए ऐसा रखो कि when you do the revision, you make sure you are using the concepts or studying the concepts by line or paying attention to the concepts that actually make sense for interviews. आप खुद से इंटरव्यू का क्वेश्चन आप जनरेट कर सकते हो while paying attention to the concepts. सिंपल सा बात है. सो जैसे कि मैं आपसे पूछ सकता हूँ व्हाट इज पॉइजन रेशियो इन अ मटेरियल, तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि पॉइजन रेशियो आप मैं आपसे पूछूंगा, क्वेश्चन दूंगा, आप सॉल्व कर लोगे. लेकिन मैं पूछूंगा पॉइजन रेशियो क्या है, तो आप स्टक हो जाओगे कि पॉइजन रेशियो आप एक्सप्लेन कैसे करें हम पॉइजन रेशियो को. तो आप खुद से पढ़ो, खुद से पढ़ाओ रिवीजन करते समय. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट ऑल ऑफ यू?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
सो पॉइजन रेशियो, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपसे पूछूंगा व्हाट इज पॉइजन रेशियो, अगर मैं एस्पिरेंट होगा तो मैं आपको ऐसे आंसर दूंगा, क्योंकि मैं जब पढ़ रहा होता हूँ, व्हेनेवर आई वाज स्टडीइंग फॉर गेट एंड व्हेन आई स्कोर्ड ऑल इंडिया रैंक ऑफ 68, देन आई केम टू रियलाइजेशन दैट कि भाई पढ़ेंगे तो सिर्फ क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस और क्वेश्चन सॉल्व के लिए नहीं, पढ़ेंगे तो फंडामेंटल्स को लेके. एंड जब पढ़ रहे हैं तब क्या कर रहे हैं हम? तब मैंने सोचा कि पॉइजन रेशियो का जब मैंने पढ़ा तो पॉइजन रेशियो के बारे में आपको बताऊंगा. तो पॉइजन रेशियो डिफाइन इन अ मटेरियल डिफाइंस how much amount of deformation a body will have laterally when a load is applied longitudinally. काम खत्म. नवल, is it right? है ना? Getting a point?
Sir.
हाँ, पुष्पांगी को.
Sir, Poisson's ratio, if we define as the ratio of lateral strain to the longitudinal strain, like it won't be that appropriate, sir, I guess.
No, it's fine. It's lateral strain is a ratio. Poisson's ratio is a ratio of lateral strain to longitudinal strain. But in this, when you answer this, the ratio lateral to longitudinal, then I can ask you a second question about it. What does it mean to you? What does it mean for a material? Pushpangi, getting a point? मैं आपका आंसर को पकड़ के मैं दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ आपसे. But if I'm answering you in the way that lateral strain, Poisson's ratio of a material defines or is actually a measure of how much a material will deform laterally when the load is applied longitudinally, तब उसको लगेगा कि भाई अच्छा ये तो कंसेप्चुअल आदमी है, मतलब ओके मैन वेरी गुड आंसर, ऐसे बोल के फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे जाएगा. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट जिशन?
Yes, sir.
तो ये चीज का कंसेप्ट्स का कॉन्फिडेंस लाना पड़ेगा. एंड एवरी संडे वी विल सिट डाउन फॉर इंटरव्यू ट्रेनिंग. जितना इंटरव्यू का ट्रेनिंग में आप बैठोगे, जितना अच्छा से बैठोगे, हो सकता है मैं आप लोगों को वीक में 2 बार करा दूं, क्या पता रात को 9:30 बजे से भी क्लास करा दूं, जिस दिन मेरा क्लास नहीं होगा फ्राइडे को करा लो. तो जितना आपको मैं कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के लिए ये करूंगा, मैं आपको हो सकता है मैं आपको टॉपिक भी दे दूं कि ये टॉपिक्स मैं पूछने वाला हूँ, क्वेश्चंस आप लोग प्रिपेयर करके आओ. ठीक है ऑल ऑफ यू? नवल, पुष्पांगी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I will see you in the next class, guys. Till then, take care, all of you. Tell me.
So can we get the questions that have been asked in the interview today?
Oh, how will you know the questions? You will have.
No,
will you,
just this interview.
This interview.
Yeah, what have been asked.
Okay. Basically, this is recorded part, है ना? तो ये upload भी हो जाएगा. Don't worry. ठीक है? All right guys, this will be enough for today, and I'll see you in the next interview session also. Please be prepared, please do the conceptual revision, please do the revision on Saturdays and Sundays. आज संडे है, अभी से भी टाइम होगा, कुछ पढ़ाई करो, कुछ सॉल्व करो, बस लगे रहो, अदरवाइज सिलेक्शन पॉसिबल नहीं होता है फिर. ठीक है जिशान, आजी ऑलपमान, आई गेस यू हैव गॉट द सिनेरियो what it feels like sitting in an interview, right Jishan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so basically this is called learning phase. The learning phase as in कि आप जब सीखोगे तभी आप दूसरा टाइम में जब बैठोगे तो आपका आंसर देने का स्किल जो होगा वो अच्छा होगा. इन दैट वे थिंग्स विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. नवल, राइट? ठीक है. सो वी शैल कंटिन्यू दिस सेशन ऑफ मॉक इंटरव्यूज एवरी संडे. आने वाला टाइम में फ्राइडे संडे ऐसे करते हैं हम लोग. ऑलराइट, आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट टाइम. सी यू गाइस, हैव अ गुड नाइट ऑल ऑफ यू.
Thank you, sir.